So this is my 95 Miata. It's been great, man. I bought it when I was 16, maybe 17 years old. Drove it and drove it and drove it. It always worked, man. You know, a motor goes in, a transmission goes in, you know, what, four motor mount bolts and wire in and coolant, and the motor's out, you know, hour and a half. Everything's made out of fiberglass or something I got from Home Depot, you know. There's a whole little community of them around here. We all kind of get together and have parts. You know, I need a rear control arm, lower control arm, and I don't have to hit up Google and try to find it that way. You know, I text one of the buddies and, you know, it's on the way or I'm going to get it. This car's really pieced together. I had to go and find all the parts, and you know, I was on a budget. You know, my door cards, it was a 16 sheet of siding cover from Home Depot. You know, I went to a junkyard and found one sitting in the yard and would get a pile of pieces, these door trims and this pop-up cover and this intake and whatever it may be, and just go home and see what I can make work. Everything I traded for, you know, the hardtop, those sell for crazy these days. It's not original, but I can tell you I spent $5 on it. You know, I won something in a raffle and traded it for a hardtop. That doesn't sound too bad. The wheels even, I had an extra downpipe from one of my Volkswagens and traded the wheels and tires for that. Everything on this car, it was kind of on a budget. You know, I bought it for $1,200 before, you know, they went up in price during COVID and everything. And next thing you know, I got that into it, and then next thing you know, I got $3 into it, and wow, it's still worth $2,000. And then it's wrapped, and then it's looking like Harley Quinn, you know. What have I been through with this thing, man? When I got it, the interior was gone. I went and found all the interior parts. Dash was cracked. I flocked it. Got the bucket seats from the motor back, man. All the intake, it's you know, that's plumbing pipe welded together. Had to make door cards, wire up door speakers, you know, just every little thing. I'm sitting at 220,000 miles on this motor. It went back in the car with the cluster, so it's actually VIN matching right now. Kind of just wait until it takes its turn and clocks out here, and I'm gonna put a BP5F in it. That's the 4-cylinder 1.8 liter out of the next generation, the NB. That'll be a better head to put a turbo on, and then hopefully I can get it to the track around then. It's got a welded diff. The whole rear end's fiberglass, imported out of Japan. You know, the front end, it's zip tied together. It's got the smashed up fenders with the spray foam in it and the Bondo, and you know, the random fiberglass part here and aluminum part here, and just a lot of nights spent on this car just learning how to work on it, just everything. When I bought it, I was just a kid learning how to work on cars. I didn't even know the headlights went up and down. I kind of bought it as a go-kart, just planning on driving it around. Planning on driving it into the ground, you know, it had a lot of miles on it. It was real rusty. It was falling apart when you drove it, but I kept going, and you know, I just drive it. I take it to work every day. It's been the most reliable car I've ever had. You know, I would drive it to Florida right now with $100 in gas and a quart of oil. My brother, he backed the boat into it when I was maybe not even, I wouldn't even say I was 18 years old, and he accidentally backed the boat into the car, and I got a whole fiberglass rear end. Imported it from Japan, like I'd already said. You know, I think I paid more to ship it than it cost, but even the body kit, it's, you know, that polyurethane, you can bump it into the wall without too much of a hard feeling, you know, scrape it off on the ground. Even a 3D printer, man, you know, you see that center console and those other little interior pieces that shouldn't really be there.